The name of our project is called Adam Hillman Designs. And what Adam Hillman does is that he uses found objects and creates these really soothing, organized designs. Um, he is known as a modern artist, which means he's making work currently. And his medium, which means what he uses instead of like paint or pencil, is just everyday items. Now, this idea of organizing items has been around for a few decades. One of the biggest pioneers of that was Andy Goldsworthy. See his work there. He mainly did organizing outside using different kinds of color and symmetry to create interesting arrangements. Now, talking about symmetry, there's two things that we're really going to concentrate on for our Adam Hillman designs. And those two are going to be pattern and space. I'm really concentrated on making patterns and designs that are visually pleasing to the eye. He also really concentrated on spacing them so that way they seem unified and uniform. So what you need to think about is, what do you have a lot of that is similar? So it could be the exact same object, like the Q-tips you see at the bottom, or it could be things that share the same color, like all the red candies on the right side bottom picture, or the same properties, so all the metallic things on the left top. So take a look around your house, try to find a few ideas for things that you could arrange. Maybe there's some toys that have similar properties that you own. If you would like to go outside and do something more like Andy Goldsworthy and arrange something natural, that's okay too. But stay tuned, and we're going to see a few examples that I have for you, as well as a few tips on how to make really neat arrangements. So the first objects I chose were Q-tips because they remind me of line. Now, it being like a line, I can draw with it almost anything I would draw with a pencil. So I decided to do straight lines that are next to each other until they were the height of one of the Q-tips, and alternated the direction they were going from corner to corner. So it kind of looks like a checkerboard when it comes to switching directions. Framing it up to take a picture, trying to take out anything that isn't necessary to see. There's my first Adam Hillman inspired artwork. Now, I'm going to keep using Q-tips to kind of show you another way to think about it. This time I'm going to put them in a kind of star shape. Now, they don't have to be perfect, but generally you want to try to follow a pattern. Now, I didn't plan this, but then I decided it'd be cool if I started stacking them. And as long as I did the same thing to each side to keep it kind of symmetrical and interesting, it really works out. Kind of reminds me of a snowflake at this point. Remember, when you're taking your picture, crop out what you don't need. Try to make it all about the design. Okay, now time to start switching up our materials a little bit. I'm going to be using tacks. And I'm going to show you how you could draw kind of like an outline of what you want to cover, what shape you want to make. This might be helpful when organizing kind of smaller items, so that way they have a boundary. So arranging tacks is kind of hard. I'm probably going to start using a tool at some point. And I'm going to try to count, so that way these are more pyramid-like than all jumbled together, so using rows. There we go. So I'm going to make, if you can't really see it, it's a star, and it's going to have lines coming out of the edges. And as I work, I have to be careful. I'm probably going to bump a little bit into other parts of the star, but that's okay. Look at that. Okay, now I'm going to use a straight edge to kind of scoot them around. Ends up being very helpful. There we go. Got another row, got another row. And as you can see, this takes quite a bit of time. So your thing can be as complex or as simple as you'd like it to be. So after the star, I decided to do another design, kind of show you how I would use the materials. Do a zigzag with 7 tacks in a row each. So I have to line up 7 tacks, slide them over, line up 7 tacks, slide them over. Takes quite a while. Kind of wants to do the whole page, but I didn't really have time to finish the whole page. And at a certain point, I actually start to switch directions. There we go. So it's going kind of down the slant. Now it's going to start to go up. Oops, that's okay. And there we go. We have our organized text. So once you have finished your assignment, remember that taking a picture is going to be really important. So make sure that you zoom in, you crop out anything that's unnecessary. Make sure your lighting is good so that way we can really see it. And share with me your Adam Hillman inspired artwork. I can't wait to see what you guys create. Thank you for watching my video today. And until next time, have fun creating.